Well, it's been 10 years since Super Bowl 46, and we are here to celebrate this magical season here on the All-In Captains Edition. And I think everyone knows the guy that's sitting to my left, Mr. Eli Elite Manning himself. There was this one moment that kind of, for me personally, set the tone for our season. And our good Michael K asked you a question on his show.
Is Eli Manning an elite quarterback? Are you a top 5, top 10 quarterback?
Yeah, I think I am.
Are you in the Tom Brady class?
Yeah, I mean, I consider myself in that class.
I think just because it was such a direct question. It was like, do you consider yourself an elite quarterback, a top 5 quarterback in the NFL? And I think any athlete, you always do. You think like, hey, I can win every game, I can make every throw, I've won a championship already, we can win, I know we can win championships. And so, it just felt good about how I could play, and that I was, felt like I was kind of coming into the prime of my football career.
I think that statement, it obviously set the tone for what you wanted to accomplish this year, because you had to go out and prove it.
You got to go perform. You got to back up your words.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of the part of football. If you're going to be a guy and you're going to talk and you're going to say something, you got to back it up. We'd missed the playoffs 2 years in a row. We'd played decent football. We're right there at the mix, but I think you always kind of get to that make or break season where you got to prove that you are an elite quarterback, and you got to prove that you are a championship contender team. We still had a great nucleus from that first team in '07. Still a lot of key guys, but you needed other guys to step up. Victor Cruz. I think everybody thinks it was that preseason.
It was the
previous preseason.
Yeah.
It was the 2010 preseason where he had the big game with the Jets.
It's a hell of a play by that kid.
That next year he kind of had some hamstrings and injuries and was on IR and practice squad, and so it was kind of, but he had a good preseason going into this camp. And I was working with Victor a ton because he was a local guy at Hoboken High School and different places, and had really time to kind of teach him the offense. I kind of had a feeling he was going to be our slot receiver, and I said, you got to learn this.
Manning back to throw, zips one left, caught by Cruz, runs out of a tackle to the 40, up to midfield, makes another man miss to the 45, down the left sideline. There goes Cruz, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Giants, 74 yards.
Goes 75 yards for a touchdown and sauces, and there we go. But he ends up having a couple more catches, and at the end of the game on a great catch, kind of going over 2 guys, catching it, diving in the end zone to really kind of give us the win in that game. And that was a big game. Going there, winning that game, and kind of having Victor emerge as kind of a rising star to go along with Akeem Nicks, who had been playing well and done great things. Mario Manningham on the outside. So we kind of felt like, hey, we got 3 receivers now.
And from there, instantly my mind just goes to New England. All right, we got to go up there, play in Foxborough on a Sunday night game. But the theme of Eli's season to me that year was his fourth quarter heroics. And we talked about unsung heroes, or the emergence of people who we don't necessarily see on the front page of our pregame booklet, right?
Sure.
Jake Ballard. That was kind of like his coming out.
Yeah, in that fourth quarter, we're down, kind of a 2-minute drive. He had a great third down catch.
Manning back to throw. Throws the seam. Ballard makes a twisting catch.
Over the middle, kind of, high above his head. And that was a huge play right there. Then we get down to the 2-yard line and have a little play action, hit him in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown.
Manning's going to throw. Throws it left to the end zone. Touchdown Giants. Jake Ballard. The New York Giants jump off their bench in jubilation as they have rallied with 2 fourth quarter touchdown passes, and the Giants beat New England 24-20.
It's those type of games that help a young player kind of rise up. But when you have fourth quarter 2-minute drives wins, that is a team win.
Let's get in the meat of our season. The last 2 games of the season, we have to win these 2 games to get in. Obviously, we're at home against the Jets, and there's so many headlines heading into this game, right? It's obviously New York Giants versus New York Jets, the battle for New York. They cover up our Super Bowl trophies. All this is like nonsense, right? I think we did a really good job of blocking all that noise out. That wasn't the narrative in the locker room. The narrative was, this is a game that we need to win, and we're in playoff mode. Because I know on the defensive side of the ball, we were licking our chops to get after Mark Sanchez.
Sure.
Sanchez under pressure, and he's going to get sacked back at the 33-yard line by Justin Tuck.
I think because of how important it was to the season that year. Second to last game, we're fighting for a playoff spot. They're fighting for a playoff spot also. And Rex Ryan and Tom Coughlin, they kind of give you all the billboard material you want, right?
Sure.
I mean, they got we played them in the preseason the year before. They hit my helmet and I got blood off. They got that like on their playbooks, on every single playbook. And so, they kind of they're doing everything. But for us, hey, let's worry about the game. Let's worry about the preparation, and let's go play. And obviously the play of the game, we're backed up our 1 yard line. It's 3rd and 10. Then I hit Victor. Cromartie kind of does a fake, I don't want to tackle this guy, deal. And so he goes by him. And again, the 4.7 speed turned to a 4.4.
And running out of a tackle down the right sideline is Victor Cruz. Chased by Smith. Hurdles over him to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown Giants! 99 yards!
For me, I always look at like turning points in the season, turning points in the game. That was the turning point. And after that, I remember it being just like a domination after that.
Ahmad Bradshaw had a great run, kind of down, just
that was
completely
kind of
ran over the safety there.
Hand off Bradshaw, cut back lane to the left. Bradshaw inside the 10, to the goal line, touchdown Giants! He ran through 3 Jets.
And one of the Jets he ran through is still on the ground. Wow.
Boom! Rodney Poole got knocked over.
Game over. That's a closer.
So the Giants have won their 5th in a row against the Jets. Bragging rights, and they do it in fine fashion, winning 29-14.
I think that just kind of fed into the next week because, again, we're still in the same mode, right? We're still in the same mode of win or go home. We have our biggest rival in the Dallas Cowboys coming here on Sunday night. And they win, they go to the playoffs. We win, we go to the playoffs.
Yeah. And we just played them 2 weeks before, right? With a huge game in Dallas. We're down 2 scores late in the game. I hit Keen Nix on a couple corner routes, hit Jake Ballard for a touchdown, take the lead, and then they drive down, they got a chance to kick the field goal. And again, talking about your boy, JPP.
47-yarder from the left hash.
What a game.
Snap is good again. Kick on its way, and it's blocked! Blocked by the Giants, and it bounds into the end zone and through the back of the end zone, and the Giants will win it.
Individual rose up.
Yep, Jason Pierre-Paul, JPP. And the New York Giants have saved their season as they've come to Dallas and defeated the Cowboys.
And so I think obviously a huge play in that season also. And but now we got to play them again. Now we're at home and a chance, like you said, winner goes into the playoffs.
But Victor Cruz obviously makes another great play.
He does a great
another
catch.
Option route, right?
He has one where I kind of he ran the seam down the middle. I kind of got, spun out and rolled to the left, and he goes up and makes a big catch.
Down the left sideline he goes, across midfield to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Victor Cruz! 74 yards, and he's done it again.
And then, it's kind of like, all right, sometimes you have to, hey, we did our part, D.
Yeah,
we got the lead.
And everyone knows I hate Dallas.
You get a sack, right? You get a sack to end the game.
Yeah, I did. That play is probably one of my favorite plays of the season. Getting an opportunity to kind of end the game and sack Tony Romo.
Now sacked by Tuck, fumbles the football. And the Giants have it. That's your ball game. And they're celebrating in the aisles at MetLife Stadium. The New York Giants are the NFC East champions.
Congratulations to the NFC East champions. Yes, sir. Great job of finishing now. Great job of finishing this part of the season.
First playoff game in MetLife Stadium. Can't get no better weather. Can't get no better team. Can't get no better teammates. All in today. That's all we got. We ain't got nothing to say this for. You don't put it all in today, you're taking your ass home. And I don't want to go home.
It was an important game, obviously a playoff game, but like you said, it's like a home playoff game, so you just want to go out there and play well at home. The thing about that game, Akeem Nicks played off the charts.
Manning out of the gun over the middle, Nicks wide open at the 40. 45, runs through a tackle, there goes Nicks, gallops over another, he's going to score! 20, 10, 5, touchdown Giants! 72 yards!
But obviously, really the plays of the game were the 4th and 1s. They had, was it 2 or 3?
It was 2.
There's 2 4th and 1s, and y'all get stops.
They're going to go for it here on 4th and 1. Ryan's going to keep it. He got stopped. He didn't get there. Second time today. They've been stopped on 4th and inches by the Big Blue defense. Giants show blitz. Ryan back, sacked by Osi Umenyiora, and he closes it out.
New York Giants are on to the divisional round and a trip to Green Bay against the Packers.
Now we have to go face another familiar foe in Lambeau, and we've got some history there. And this team is, number 1 seed for a reason. They have the best record that year. They're playing at home. They're 15-1. We come into that stadium, and it's almost deja vu-like.
Yeah, I mean, I remember early on, hit Akeem Nicks on a little in-breaking route. He catches it, safety tries to hit him and doesn't wrap up. He does a little spin move, and he goes another 40 yards for a touchdown.
Nicks runs out of a tackle. He's to the 35, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Giants!
So we got off to a good start, get that, and then defensively, y'all were causing turnovers left and right, and y'all were getting, sacks, and then obviously, right before halftime, there's just a few seconds left, and we throw a Hail Mary, and Akeem Nicks goes and catches it before half.
Heaves one down the middle of the field into the end zone, and Nicks makes the catch for the touchdown! He went up with the big hands and caught it on the Hail Mary on the final play of the half.
We're rolling, and we're jumping, we're celebrating, we're feeling good. But again, the second half, more fumbles, more turnovers. Brandon starts running the ball hard and has a big run towards the end of the game to really knock it out.
Jacobs turns the corner at the 10. He's to the 5, to the goal line. Touchdown Giants! And that 14-yard run has sent the Giants to San Francisco and the NFC Championship game.
San Francisco, here we come.
We felt like we matched up very well with them, but like for you, I didn't necessarily know if it was a better option for you.
Exactly. They were good on defense.
They were really good on it. And if you think about the names, right?
Patrick Willis and
Bowman. You got D. Smiths. You had Brooks on the other side. Their secondary, you had Carlos Rogers, who had played an all-pro season in the slot.
Yeah.
And that was the matchup that I was most intrigued by, because obviously Victor Cruz came on the scene, and he was the guy. He was our Pro Bowl wide receiver.
Yeah, like you said, Victor versus Carlos Rogers in the slot. And Victor, right off the first third down, I hit him, over the middle for about 15 yards. And, he ran a bunch of option routes, little quick little, underneath routes where we kept hitting him. Again, that's about all we had time to throw a lot of those.
Manning and Cruz are just playing flag football right now. They're playing absolute pitch and catch.
Pitch and catch. You're going to have to find a way to get Carlos Rogers some help on it. I know he's the Pro Bowl corner, and Cruz is just having his way with him right now.
But like from my vantage point, no one ever had anything to say about Eli's toughness. There were some times in that game, man, I didn't know how you got up, to be honest with you, from some of the hits that you took. But
I'm still pulling grass out of my hair from that game.
But like from our vantage point on the sideline, you don't understand how much that just riled us up, because we knew you was out there giving 110%, getting beat up and still getting up and making the throws that you made.
Like, there was never going to be a doubt whether I was getting up or not. Like, I was always trying to get up as fast as possible. You're playing a NFC Championship game, and, there's no laying down.
Manning back to throw. He zips one to the left to the end zone. Touchdown Giants! Mario Manningham!
At this point in the game, we're just back and forth. It's like the defenses really have established themselves as the dominators of this game. Our defense is really, really stifling their offense, and it's just punt city, right?
Yeah,
punt city.
We haven't talked about special teams.
The biggest factor in this game, Weatherford is kicking the ball down there and giving us that field position, and Williams makes an unbelievable play. We get the fumble.
Lost the ball, and the Giants say they have it. They do. Knocked out by Jaquan Williams. Devin Thomas recovered it.
That was typical of like old school Giant versus 49ers football, right? Get in the fourth quarter, someone makes a play and kick a field goal to win it.
Yeah, and then we get Tynes to put us in, back in the Super Bowl.
Lawrence Tynes from 31 yards to put the Giants in the Super Bowl against the Patriots. Kick on its way, it's got the distance, and it is good! And Lawrence Tynes has done it again. He's kicked the Giants to the second Super Bowl in 4 years. New York Giants football is on the air from high atop Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. It's the New York Football Giants and the New England Patriots, Super Bowl 46.
I knew it was going to be called upon us as captains of this team, because you're going to face some moments in this game that obviously you're not prepared for.
Sure.
One thing that I always get asked about is that speech before the game.
How many of y'all want it today? I got a ring. Chris, you ain't got one. You don't know what it feel like. Rock, you ain't got one. You don't know what it feel like. Limber, you ain't got one. You don't know what it feel like. Boss, you ain't got one. You don't know what it feel like. I'm telling you right now, it's the best feeling in the world. And if it's on me today, You're going to have one after this.
If I was not going to be able to walk off this field, that's how much I was going to give this team to win this game. So if it's on me, you will have one today. That's where that kind of originates. And getting the opportunity to kind of be the guy who sets the tone with the luckiest safety of my life.
Brady on a play fake, he will throw. He has time. Now he's going to throw a deep ball down the middle of the field. Nobody's there as Brady took a shot.
Intentional grounding. Number 12, the safety.
Justin Tuck terrorized Tom Brady in Super Bowl 42. Gets a hit on Brady on the first snap of the game tonight.
So it wasn't a sack, it was just a safety?
It was just a penalty. So I ended up only having 2 sacks in the game where I should have had 3.
You're not bitter about it?
Not at all.
No.
I'm tied for the most sacks in Super Bowl history. If I would have had that one, I would have the most.
There you go. So, who's counting?
Yeah, no, I don't lose any sleep. No. And we started the game off 2-0. Right? And then from there, you guys get the ball, you go down, you hit Victor Cruz on what looked like a slant.
Yeah. Takes the snap, back to throw. Throws one left, touchdown Giants, Victor Cruz on the slant. And he does the salsa.
We're kind of off to the races, right? And something went wrong, right? I think they run off 17 straight points against us. We found ourselves down 17-9. We had been there, right? We had kind of seen this narrative throughout our entire year.
When you get down, you kind of get back to that fourth quarter. It's a 2-minute drive. You know, you need some points. Like, we got to get back on a roll. We got to get the momentum back. And so again, you know, y'all get another stop, get us the ball back.
Chase Blackburn, an interception.
The interception was, you know, down the field from Gron.
Jump ball intercepted by the Giants. Chase Blackburn picked it off at the 8-yard line.
I would say that Chase Blackburn play is kind of like that resurgence where we just went that way, right? And obviously we're down, I think it's 17-15, right? There wasn't a doubt in my mind that we were going to go down there and find a way to score.
Manning out of the shotgun set, and he's back to throw. Climbs the pocket, deep ball down the left sideline, and it's going to be caught. Was he inbounds? Yes!
What a catch. It's not quite David Tyree, but that is pretty close.
And I tell people all the time, yes, Mario made a great catch, but he had no choice. Like, that ball hit his hands. Now, I give Mario a lot of credit. Being able to tackle up that sideline and get 2 feet in right there, that's phenomenal. But that was probably the best throw I've ever seen.
Well, thank you. Great catch by him. Like, over, like, that's like the hardest catch. It's like over your outside shoulder. You got to keep 2 feet in, and you're about to get hit.
Yeah.
So that was like such a huge play in a 2-minute drive, and you get a chunk play right off the get-go. Like, we're backed up at our own 10-yard line, and now we're across the 50. And we get close, and they're going to let us score, right? We have a handoff.
I still don't think Ahmad.
He didn't know what to do.
I think he meant to score.
No, he knew what to score. He's like, maybe I shouldn't, but I'm scoring.
I gotta get a touchdown.
We never told him not to.
Sure.
He's given the Giants the lead here in the Super Bowl, but it was an almost reluctant touchdown by Bradshaw.
But he obviously probably did give Patriots the ball back with a little bit more time than we wanted to.
I wanted to be a part of the group. I wanted my group to end it, and I had the opportunity to sack Tom.
Brady is back. He's under pressure, and he gets sacked at the 13-yard line. Pierre, Paul, and Tuck split it. Brady's back. Brady's under pressure. Brady's chased. Brady heaves one down the middle of the field into the end zone.
And that ball's in the air, and I never forget it, man. I'm looking at the ball. It's in the air. It seems like forever. Like, it had to have been in the air for 3 minutes. The ball almost fell in Gronk's hands, and like,
it was close. Like, Gronk was close to catching that.
Incomplete, and the ball game's over, and the Giants have won Super Bowl 46. Finish is what Tom Coughlin said, and the Giants have finished off the Patriots in the Super Bowl for the 2nd time in 4 years.
We are world champions.
The first thing I remember actually is Eli almost tackled me.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah,
that's what happens when you win. You just gotta go hug somebody.
I have this great picture in my house of me and you embracing, my hands in the air, and you're on top of me, and just that jubilation of knowing that you've accomplished what you set out to accomplish.
Just the feeling you have for your family, for your friends, for your ownership and fans, and for each player. I mean, I think that was a big part for me, is kind of like, I wanted to win for Victor Cruz. I wanted to win for Antrell. I wanted to win JPP. Like, the guys who hadn't won a Super Bowl, you want to win for those guys when you have one yourself, and to give those guys that feeling for the first time of being a champion is pretty special.
Every team we played on was pretty much close. So when you win a Super Bowl, that's another level,
bond,
right? It's a special bond. There was a giant nation of fans and people who supported us that even probably up until this day, they went to work bragging, and it just made their lives better. And that's pretty damn special.
And they can't take it away from us.
Oh no, they definitely can't take it away from us.